Yeah, for the assessment here, our practice assessment for our final assessment of the year, we need to do a chi-squared test. I've asked you on number 7, do a chi-square test on this. The first step is to enter the table into a matrix. And so I've got my calculator open. Let me just put it back there. So we would go, the matrix button is here. So I'll go second x and -1 brings up the matrix. I need to edit them. So I'm going over to here. Oops, there, edit, and I'm going to edit matrix A. It's just easier if you put everything into a matrix A. So our dimensions are, let me go back up here. It is a 2 rows and 3 columns. So I'm going to say 2 by 3, 2, enter, 3, enter. And then as I enter the data, so I'm going to enter the number 20. As I hit enter, it's going to take me across. So I'll go 20, 22, 28, 20, 22, 28, and then 10, 30, and 8, 10, 30, and 8. So I've got it entered, and then I'm going to quit out of here. I'm going to actually change the mode real quick to I'm going to round to 3 decimal places. And the reason I want to do that is I want to show you what shows up in matrix B when this is all done. So I'm going to quit out of here. I'm going to go to stat. I'm going to do a chi-squared test here from this. So test, and then go down to chi-squared. There it is, enter. And it says, tell me where your observed data is. So I put this data in matrix A, expected matrix B. So this process is going to calculate the expected values, and it's going to place them into matrix B. So if you are answering a question like number 6, it says, what would the expected number be? You can actually go through and do this process and look in matrix B for the answer to number 6 as well. And I'll show you this. And then let's calculate. Go ahead and calculate. It does stuff. It gives us our p-value. Notice it rounds everything to 3 decimal places, which it's kind of nice. My chi-squared test statistic is 11.99, and that comes from taking every expected value, every observed value, finding their difference, squaring it, dividing that by the expected value, and then summing that for all 6 squares, because I have 6 squares here. Notice my degrees of freedom is 2, and that is because if I knew only 2 of these, if I knew 2 of these cells, and I knew the totals for the rows and totals for the columns, I could find all the cells. So there are 2 degrees of freedom for this. It's really a kind of a vague, I don't know, vague. It's just my students have had a hard time really understanding that, and hopefully that helps you. Let's go look at matrix B. So I'm going to go to look at matrix B. So second matrix, I want to look at matrix B. Notice it created a second matrix. So I'm going to go down there to matrix B, hit enter, and it shows me the content. So 17.97. So really the expected number of female students with light colored bedrooms, if everything was proportional. So if it's independent, then females are equally likely to have light colors as males. Well, if that was true, I should see 17.97 here instead of 20. I should also see 12 instead of 10. So what that tells me is it looks like females might be a little bit more likely to have light colored bedrooms than males based on this data. If I go across here, looking proportionally, if you can scroll across, it'll show you the values. So I should see, if things are proportional, I should have seen 31, 30.847, 31 girls, females with dark colored bedrooms, but I only see 22. I should have seen 21.15, but I see 30 males with dark colored bedrooms. So that's an indication there probably is some relationship taking place here. There probably is some dependence. The color of the bedroom might depend on the gender of the student. And then same thing here. In fact, if you look, you see 21.356, and that was actually the answer to 21.356, 21.36 was the answer to number 6. I just had to go to that cell after I've done a chi-squared test and retrieve that from the expected values. So we got a chi-squared, we got a p-value of 0.002, and that tells us that these results are super unlikely if everything were proportional, if they were independent of each other. So that's really strong evidence that there is some dependency upon the color of a bedroom and the gender of the student. All right, hope that helps. Later.